the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. And this matchup with the Hornets, it's their first game of the NBA's regular season. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
And they know they're the better team and out to prove as much tonight. They split the season series a year ago, but they want to change that up now.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Official NBA playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Freak.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
He misses the free throw.
3, 2.
And he's good on the second. And there you have it, folks, the very first NBA bucket from Freak.
You know, maybe not the prettiest bucket he'll ever score, but it'll always be the first one.
And the first will make it the prettiest one. Well, no matter how he got it, just a fantastic moment in this young man's career and his basketball life.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Heat.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And they've also gotten a big boost in the early going tonight with their productivity at the free throw line. Really a sign of aggression.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. Jeremy Lin is out there with Kemba Walker. Then there's Batum. Then it's Kaminsky. And it's Hansbrough in at the power forward.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Amari Stoudemire, with the change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
And a wide-open look for Lin. And it's the Hornets, another three.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Green passes to Freak. Right wing. Chalmers dishes to Freak. And he uses the glass on the layup. Freak's got 5 points so far. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock. Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
On the wing, Green. Pass to Freak from about 19 feet. and misses it off the right side of the rim. Hornets trail by 17. Outside, Walker. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
He's got to quit while he's ahead, Kev. It worked that last time, but that's an invitation for a turnover.
And Chalmers kicks to Freak. Can't get it to go. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way.
Well, we know until last season the Heat had been the kings of the Southeast Division. They won 4 straight division titles, but all of that changed last season.
Batum with the steal. Outside, Lin takes a 3. That's good. Lin's got 8 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
The Heat struggled in their own division last year, ended up 3rd in the group, but went a measly 6-10 in conference play.
And listen, they knew it was going to be difficult without LeBron, and especially with the injuries they faced. The Heat still have the most division titles among the Southeast teams with 7. They'll need to work hard, though, to add to that mark in coming years.
For Miami, they have been good at the free throw line in this one. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Miami ahead.
All right, listen up. Terrific job so far. The fans are into this game, and we're going to keep them there. This is the sort of offensive rhythm we know we're capable of when we put our mind to it. I like that we're active, moving our feet.
Okay, Miami, now coming onto the court.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of this. Anderson is checked in for Whiteside. Green comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Freak subbed in for Goran Dragic. The Hornets also changing it up. Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. Hansbrough comes in for Cody Zeller. And it's Batum in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Dang and Bosch, your small and power forwards. Freak is out there with Gerald Green. And it's Anderson in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Sticking too much.
Freak with it. He's got 7. Count that one. Freak's got 9.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Now here's Walker, guarded closely. And a missed layup.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Freak. It's blocked. The dive for the ball. They retain possession. Charlotte has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Back to Walker. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by Walker.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Freak. The Hornets pull it in. Hansbrough's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Walker the pass to Kaminsky. The 3-pointer off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Lamb. No good off the front iron. Heat have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Here's Freak. 9 points in the game so far. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Hornets ball.
The Heat making a switch here. Chalmers is checked in. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for the Hornets. Hornets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Lamb, good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Charlotte's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Left side, Batum. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn.
For 3.
Batum's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Chalmers kicks to Anderson. Outside, Green. 17-foot shot on the way.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Kaminsky. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably. Charlotte has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Heat.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Whiteside, and the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Jeremy Lin. And it's Batum in at the small forward. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Lin. Left side, Batum. Can't connect from 14 feet out. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right. Haslam, a screen on Lynn, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Oh, an illegal screen there. One of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it, and you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.